Namaste. Can you hear that purr? Yeah, namaputane. Can you hear that ferocious purr? He's so handsome. You see her? She's so cute. Namaste. This video, we're going to talk about you can love yourself. You just had a narcissistic parent. There was a patient of mine, she got a few emails on this over the years too, how she was talking about how she perceived money as love. For example, she would go out on dates, and when the bill came, she was expecting them to pull out money and pay for it right away. This is not a knock on her. It was not even about the money because she was well off. She does well for herself. She has a business. She makes a lot of money. She perceived love as money because her dad didn't show her validation, but only gave her money. And she claims that he's a narcissistic dad. On one of her dates, the guy said, "Can we split the bill?" And she just lost it. Amygdala fires, cortisol's up, norepinephrine is spiking, fight or flight, adrenal gland, adrenaline, norepinephrine, epinephrine, heart pumping, racing. It's because of my dad. I'm in my final year of med school, and I'm walking down the stairs, Mangler, hot, sunny day, April. That's the time of the board exams. My dad's waiting for me at the front door. And he looks at me. Still, I have my backpack on, my pack of cigarettes in my pocket. Those days, now 24. I never cried. If I did, I don't remember it, or I tried to forget it, but just started waterfall, coming down. At the time, I wasn't around my mom. She was in a psychiatric facility. My brother was off doing methamphetamines in the US. I was in India. My grandma had just died, so it was just me and my dad. Why would your dad say that to you? Let's try to understand it from his perspective. My dad at the time was gay, hated himself, didn't like that he had to control his sexuality. He had filed for bankruptcy twice. He had tried to make it in the United States, but just couldn't get his business underway, trying to do all of these ventures. Construction, aloe vera, vegetarian food, something or another, just trying to get something popping off. I'm in my final year, doing well, have a nice group of friends, about to finish first class once again. Then I was going to take off to the US. He didn't want me to do that. Why is that? Because he wanted to control me. He couldn't knock the belief out of me. He didn't believe in himself enough that he could do it, and he deflected his fears on me. I was broke most of my life. When I was a teenager, I went to juvenile detention 3 times for stealing jeans, joyriding cars, always borrowing money from people. When I was in med school, I had no money. I borrowed money for my exams. Thank you to all the friends that helped me along that way. Man, so many people helped me and lent me money. And I was so broke during all of those times. They would still take me out, drinking. They would pay for me. They just believed in me. They're a good kid, right? So they were like, let's have him come hang out with us. Because of the narcissistic traits that I had, when I started finally making money in residency, I was loud, obnoxious, abrasive, wanted attention, excessive need for admiration. Why is that? Because I had low self-esteem, low confidence. I was loud, abrasive, abrupt, dismissive, and interruptive. Because I didn't take enough time to write and listen to myself. I had narcissistic traits. I didn't have narcissistic personality disorder because I had insight into it. And that's one of the big things here that we're going to try to differentiate is narcissistic personality disorder versus narcissistic traits. And you can see some information in the description about both of these. I'm not going to go into both of them. The big thing here is that with narcissistic personality disorder, you don't have insight into it. As an example, with my dad beating me, making me feel bad, my dad would put me in jail, pay cops to take me away. There was actually a time that before I was going to take a test when I was in undergrad, my dad actually paid cops to take me to jail then. In India, you can pay off cops. And what would they do? They would make me get naked. They would shock me, not give me food for like 24 hours. So this happened regularly. Dad paid the cops off for me to go to jail. I actually wrote that in a rap song. Maybe about 5 times. You can see how now I have compassion for him because I feel that bad for him because I've forgiven myself. That's why. Not because of him. I'm only worried about what I did. When I was loud, obnoxious, abrasive, interruptive, that's because I didn't love myself. Did not have compassion for myself. I didn't have empathy for myself. I didn't forgive myself. I hadn't taken enough time to be single, to be off of Bumble, Match, Hinge, whatever the heck you want, for long enough and wrote through it. I did not do that. When we're talking about this girl who wanted validation, she had narcissistic traits, but did not write it out enough to understand it. But she did not think that she did not have a problem. So she didn't have narcissistic personality disorder. When it comes to the disorder, the no insight, excessive need for admiration, lacking empathy, entitling and controlling in most relationships, blaming others, and making other people feel bad. Those are all narcissistic traits. And if you don't take accountability, ownership, or accept it, then you have narcissistic personality disorder. Now, I don't give advice on this channel. What do? Inspired through action. What did I do? I was single for 10 years, 7 years on purpose. I wrote my way through it, designed Mind Hygiene because I had to survive. I thought that I was stupid, dumb, not good enough. I was narcissistic. I had problems with myself. I did not like myself. I talked bad to myself. I didn't eat well. I drank. I drugged, smoked cigarettes. I lied. I didn't like that. I was like, until I figure this out, I don't know what the heck I'm going to do. I went to therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, eye movement desensitization, reprocessing therapy, rational emotive behavioral therapy. I have a certification in mindfulness-based stress reduction. I'm Dhruva MD, a practicing board-certified family doctor. However, it's my life experiences that I bring to you in these videos. I went from self-hate to self-love. Took me 5 years. How did he do it? I want to know what he did and how is he staying there, gosh darn it. How is this transformation sticking? No, there is no transformation. There is full-on embodiment. I am living this life when nobody's watching me. You can see the energy in this place. It's quiet. It's tamed. My neurobiology is not out of control. My norepinephrine, cortisol levels aren't out of whack. My dopamine and serotonin is consistent, and that's because of my writing. I've taken a lot of medications over the years, and you know what they've done? They've caused me problems. So what did I do? I started writing my way out of it. I'm not saying don't take medications. I'm not your doctor right now. I am a patient, and I've survived this life by myself, and I'm here to show people that you can live alone, not depend on anybody, and not even need me or any friends to be the best version of yourself. Matter of fact, you don't want anybody. Do not listen to me ever. You should only inspire, and you can use the framework in the meantime if you don't feel you have a plan yet. ACE is your life with Mind Hygiene. A is accept your awareness. C is communicate your compassion. E is embrace your empathy. S is soften the process. I'm loud, abrasive, dismissive, overconfidence, low self-esteem. I've accepted the awareness and I've written it down. Compassion, of course I'm compassionate. I'm taking time to understand myself. Who else is doing that? It's only me. Embrace empathy. My dad never sat me down and said, son, look, one day you're going to want to be empathetic to yourself, and this is what you may need to do. Nobody said that to me. Do not make the process seem hard. S is soften the process. Don't talk to anybody that blames, complains, makes it seem like it's hard. Talk to your exes, talk to friends, talk to family members who complain, blame, condescending. Don't do that. Otherwise, you're going to feel the same way tomorrow, the day after, in the next 5 years, and all of a sudden you'll say, look, oh, it's all over now. It's all because of them. I blame them for everything. It's their fault. Well, that is your identity, but you can create a new identity by rewiring your neurochemicals. And Mind Hygiene is based on medical evidence. When you write, you can write from their point of view. You activate the prefrontal cortex. That's the part of the brain that's responsible for emotional freedom. And what you do here is you stop the process of the quick dopamine hits, fixing, coping, controlling, dealing with, overcoming, fighting, being strong, being weak, being positive, being negative. Quick hits of dopamine. I'm positive, quick hit. But then what happens when you're negative? What happens to your serotonin levels when you're negative? But I'm a strong person. They said I am. That's external validation. Oh, they need to pay for me. That's the only way I feel validated. If I pay for them, I feel validated. External validation. When you develop the oxytocin bond with yourself by writing, I believe that I'm a narcissist, but this is what I'm going to do about it. How about that? Isn't that freedom? You just completely freed your mind by yourself when nobody's watching you. Just throw the paper away. But just keep doing that, though. You got to keep writing like that. And it could take several years. But what is the caveat here? Is you can't talk to an ex. You can't be on Bumble. You can't be on Match. You can't be on Hinge. If you feel you've been done wrong by somebody who has narcissistic personality disorder, sever the ties. Take time to be single for an hour, a day, a month, or 5 years until you don't have anything bad to say about them. Because if you do, you're going to deflect that fear on somebody else. And then what happens is you're going to have the same relationship patterns. And then you can follow other people who say it's their problem. And feel better by fixing it, by controlling it. It's because of them. I need to find coping mechanisms. No, you need to accept your awareness, be compassionate to it, and embrace it. Otherwise, you're going to feel the same. There will be a link in the description for a mind hygiene guide that you can follow along, where you believe in yourself every second, supported by medical evidence. Done it on over 4,100 patients, and the data is coming out, and we're about to release a study. Also, if you found the video informative, please comment, let us know what you're thinking, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'll be dropping videos every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this is the third part to the series. And I wish you the best. I'm not here as a doctor. I'm here as a patient who survived. And what did I survive? Not a narcissistic personality disorder dad. I had firsthand accounts with him for 26 years. To share with you even more is that my mom was schizophrenic, lived with schizophrenia for 27 years. My brother died from a heart attack at the age of 47 from methamphetamine and alcohol misuse. My dad is going to die alone. And me, myself, bad relationships, went to rehab, went from juvenile detention to working as a prison doctor, love myself now. Isn't that a good day? When you don't need anything from anybody. You don't need external validation. I'm doing God's work right now. This has nothing to do with me. I don't need validation from anybody. But I will say that because of this, I'm going to be able to fund mind hygiene water filtration systems in underdeveloped countries, feed the poor in underdeveloped countries, design programs where we can have people believe in themselves, where they don't need a doctor, therapist, coach, or medication. You can use those too, but my tool is where you don't need anybody. You can write your way out of it. The caveat is they have to be single and not talk to anybody. Don't even listen to me. With that said, that's what's going to keep me going, right? So that's my next level, is just to inspire people. And that's it. And that's all I have now. I don't have a partner. I'm going to look, though. I want to find somebody in person. So I'm looking at some dating advice to go talk to people in person and just share, just share the same values. Oh, you're working out? Or you have a growth mindset? You communicate with empathy too. What does that look like for you? As you can see, the breakup journey that I've had, I'm like not over it. She didn't do anything wrong, but it really hurt though when she ghosted me. A couple people ghosted me in the last couple of months. But what I realized is that this is just a part of the journey. And I realized that each time I go through a breakup, I elevate but just in insane levels. It's going to hurt, but the emotions, if you can dissociate the emotions and develop different neurochemicals, lower the cortisol, lower the pathways, the amygdala thalamus, the hypothalamo pituitary adrenal axis, manage and understand that, don't control it by writing. When these things happen again, the hits are less. Imagine if you're feeling good 70 to 80% of the day as opposed to feeling bad 0% of the day. I don't have anybody here. In this YouTube journey, I'm ready to go, okay? Do you see the fire in my eyes? I'm about to make it happen. I'm about to help as many people as I can. And you know what I'm going to tell everybody is that I lived alone most of my life. I went through med school, residency, rehab by myself. My mom lived with me. After she died, I broke up with a girl I was dating at the time, great woman, but we were at different times of our lives. I lived in that Seattle apartment alone for 2 years after being alone for 5 years before I met her. I went from self-hate to self-love by myself. I quit eating sugar by myself. I kept on working out by myself. Motivate you, inspire yourself. I have a registered trademark on that. Registered trademark on Mind Hygiene. I knew it was going to help people. I knew it was God's work. And I'm about to announce this right now, is I'm prepared to do this YouTube journey alone too and help millions. And I'm going to show everybody that you can do it alone with no family, no friends supporting you, no partner. I do have my pets though. Nobody's saying you can do it, because I have the strongest sense of belief in myself that I can make global impact. And I'm announcing that. And I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it when nobody's watching. And I'm going to put the high level discipline in. waking up at the same time, eating no sugar, cooking my own food, going to the gym, working out, writing, creating content, all by myself. And if I can do this, then I can inspire the world that they can do anything they put their mind to, so long as they don't think about it, talk to anybody about it, but write about it. I'm so blessed to be able to do this. This is the only thing that helps me stay away from all of the bad stuff, right? The TV shows that are corruptive in my mind, the alcohol, the drinking, the drugs, the gambling, all of that stuff, gaining weight. This is what helps me. I can stay accountable through my patient experiences and through you guys. God bless everybody on their journey. Namaste.